Hello kittens, it's me, Kitty Powers. Welcome to episode 1 of Sneak Peeks. Ooh, Kitty Powers Matchmaker Makeover is in full production mode and it will be arriving within weeks. So I thought I'd start off with a little amuse-bouche. We're going to be having a look at the restaurants from the game. Anyway, let's get on with it, shall we? Why not let's have a look at some artwork that's been gloriously judged by the art team at Magic Notion. So let's have a look. This is the old King's helmet you may remember from the game. In the original game we went for a quite simple style because we were only working with one artist, Daniel, the lovely Daniel from Sweden. And we liked the style, I thought it was cool, but we wanted to do something a little bit more extravagant for the new game. So here's the new King's helmet exterior. You can see there that there's some similarities to the original game, but everything's looking a bit more three-dimensional. And there'll be cars driving up and down the road, and also each restaurant will have a different background. Now I haven't included all the old versions of the exteriors because they all look much the same, but in this new version every restaurant's exterior will look slightly different. Anyway, here's the interior from the King's helmet, if you remember, and here's the new interior. Ooh, look at the loveliness. Goodness, look at it, isn't it wonderful? Here's the old American restaurant. Here's the new exterior. Ooh, look at it, it's got flags and everything. Here's the old American restaurant interior, Route 69, where Mrs. Ooh, and here's the fabulous new up-resed one. It's all looking lovely and deliciously crispy. Here's the Australian exterior, the new one, Mother's Tucker. Here's the old interior. And here's the fabulous new interior. Ooh! We've got some. We've got a new. We've got a new sign on the back wall. Yes, it's really rather lovely. What we have done with some of these new interiors and stuff is we try to be a little bit more culturally sensitive, because obviously we've learned a lot in the last 10 years and we've realised it's not really our place to use some of the things that perhaps are deemed cultural. So we have tried to pull back a little bit on that stuff. I'll give you some examples as we get to them. Here's the new Jerk King. Here's the old interior, and here's the fabulous new interior. You see there's more tables again. Everything's looking rather swanky. Here's the French restaurant. So we're getting into the medium one, so you can see the building's slightly different for the medium restaurants. We're getting further into downtown. Here's the old interior. You'll recognise this saucy statue. And here's the fabulous new interior. She's still looking a bit shocked, but she's got extra definition. You see there's some fancy new details on the curtains. And these plants are looking extra luscious now. Here's the Spanish restaurant. Here's the old interior. And here's the new interior. Now what we did do is we've changed the bowl to be a flamenco dancer. The reason why we did that was, as a vegan myself, I kind of felt a little bit weird. We're not changing the name of the restaurant, but we changed the bull statue because I felt like it felt like just too direct a reference to sort of bullfighting and stuff like that. So I thought it'd be nice to change it to something a bit more fabulous. So there you go. I hope you like it. Mario's mansion. Here's the new exterior. How exciting! Here's the old interior, if you recognise it. Here's the new interior. You'll notice that the bread buns in the basket are slightly more alluring. And we've just added some little details everywhere. It's looking rather lovely, isn't it? Here's the German exterior, sausage factory. And here's the lovely new exterior. And here's the old interior of the German restaurant. And here's the lovely new interior. Ooh, look at those steaming sausages. We've got a little bit of extra foliage on the ceiling. It's all looking rather fabulous. Here's the new Greek lightning exterior. Here's the old interior, just for to remind you of what it looked like. And here's the fabulous new interior, looking a little bit more luscious with more foliage. Again, we've got more tables in the background. We'll be seeing cars and people walking past outside as well in all the restaurants where there are windows. Here's the South African restaurant exterior, the new one. Now here's a really good example of where we've changed the decor a bit to be a little bit more sensitive. We felt like the tribal masks were a little bit disrespectful, so we changed them to animal masks. So I think animals are cute anyway, so we made these lovely kind of Lion King-esque animal masks. So I thought that'd be a little bit nicer. Isn't it looking lovely? I think they're really cute actually. Anyway, now here's the first of the restaurants whose names have changed. So this restaurant used to be called Miyu's Lotus Garden, which was a sort of rather crap double entendre. So we thought we'd make puns of the food, which we thought was a little bit funner actually, to be honest. So this is probably a better name, Yo Wasabi. I thought it was quite funny, so we went with that. Here's the old interior. And here's the fabulous new interior. Ooh. Now we've changed the Chinese restaurant as well. As I described previously, it's now called Want and Desire. Here's the old interior. Ooh, and here's the gorgeous new interior. Look, the dragons had a bit of a makeover. And there's some nice plants in the background. The Thai restaurant has also been renamed to Lab Me Tender, which is a fabulous Elvis reference. Now, I do have a pig called Elvis, one of my pet pigs, so I thought that was deeply appropriate. Here's the old interior of the Thai restaurant, and here's the gorgeous new interior. Please excuse my cats coming in and out. So here's the new Indian exterior of the restaurant. The spice is right. Here's the old interior, and here's the new interior. Ooh, we've got new plants. The elephant's looking gorgeous and sumptuously up-resed. And finally, we've got the Swedish restaurant. This is the new exterior. Here's the old interior, and here is the fabulous new interior with a little bit more kind of Swedish folklore on the walls. And there's also a piece of IKEA furniture. Obviously Daniel, who does the artwork, is from Sweden, so it's all dreadfully authentic. I hope you enjoyed that, kittens. I hope you're also loving my new PNG avatar. If you like it, leave me a note in the comments, and obviously if you've got any questions about the new game, leave them in the comments too. Keep your eyes on magicnotion.com, and obviously don't forget also to like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you soon, kittens. Ta-ra!